If your cold email campaign suddenly stopped performing, you started getting less replies, and you have no idea why, then this video is for you. Because I learned something that changed how I do cold email to keep campaigns alive and keep results coming through consistently. I would have never known how to fix this if I didn't use what I'm about to show you in this video. I'm gonna show you how my campaign was silently failing, what I did to identify the issue, and why this is mandatory when cold emailing. The scary part about cold email is at a glance, everything looks fine. I was getting replies, I hadn't changed my copy, my domains were warmed up, and my inboxes were still sending out emails. But over time, my campaign stats just started to drop. Lower replies, lower engagement, and no obvious explanation as to why. My problem wasn't my copy, my leads, or my offer, it was something else. What I didn't realize before is campaign stats don't just tell you how your system is performing or even the health of your campaigns. They don't tell you if you're sending emails successfully or if you're going straight to spam. And they definitely don't tell you what's happening between different providers like Google and Outlook. And because of this, you could be making decisions on your campaigns that don't get you better performance because you're using data that is lying to you. And it wasn't until I ran a placement test that I found this. I was inboxing 100% to all Google mailboxes, but I was going 100% to spam for all Outlook mailboxes. Every single message I sent to someone who was on Outlook was going to spam. I would have never known this because replies were masking my problems. I was still getting results coming in from all those Google mailboxes, but I wasn't maximizing my campaign and sending to everybody on Outlook. I was cutting my leads in half, I was cutting my total email sent in half, and I was cutting my replies and my results in half. And this is how cold email campaigns die silently. You can either be inboxing all to Google, you can be inboxing all to Outlook, or maybe even over time, your deliverability to both platforms start to diminish, and then your results start to trickle down until your campaign just stops working altogether. So you tweak copy, you change your leads out, and then you start blaming it on not sending enough volume when your real problem is deliverability. Placement test didn't just show me the problem, it also showed me how to fix the problem as well. After seeing I was going 100% to Outlook spam folder, I started digging a little bit deeper to try and understand why this was happening. And that's when I found that I was on a blacklist. Again, something I would have never known had I not run that placement test. And especially when you hear that you're on a blacklist, it sounds pretty scary. But in the cold email space, this is actually pretty common. And it depends on which blacklist that you're on that's going to dictate how you get off of it and improve your deliverability. And so that was my next step, was figuring out how do I get off this blacklist. To do this, take the blacklist that you're on, throw it in the ChatGPT and ask it, how do you get off this blacklist? Some are a little bit worse than others, but once you understand how you get off that blacklist, you now have the steps that you need to do in order to fix that, so that way your deliverability gets better and your campaign can start to go back to normal. Once I addressed the blacklist and I went ahead and sent an email over to remove my domain from that blacklist, I then could stop sending cold email campaigns, warm up those mailboxes, and let my deliverability start to improve over time. If I didn't run this placement test, I would have burned my domains, I would have burned my mailboxes, and eventually I would have gotten no results for my campaigns and I had to just throw everything out and start all over. So this definitely saved me from having to buy more domains, get more mailboxes, and go through the warm-up period again, all because I could just identify the issue with my inbox placement test. So you might be asking, what do inbox placement tests really do? And they answer one question that matters more than anything else. Where are my emails landing? Inbox or spam, and for what providers are they landing in the inbox or spam folders for? Without this, you're flying blind and you really have no idea what's going on with your deliverability and if your cold email system is even working. What I like about this tool so much is it's built right into my cold email sending platform for each inbox. So I don't have to go to a different tool and try and guess when this is happening. I can just run a quick and easy placement test and then see the results, so I'm not guessing and have any uncertainty as to whether my deliverability is good or my deliverability is bad and needs work. And right now, for a limited time, you can make sure that you have this essential tool for the rest of your life. With the lifetime deal, you get more placement tests every single month, so that way you can make sure your deliverability is top tier and you're reaching the inbox folder of all of the leads that you're sending to. This lets you catch these problems early and make sure you're not burning domains, so that way you don't have to restart your cold email system and lose everything that you've built up until this point. Most people, especially when cold emailing, only find out that the damage is done once it's too late and you can't recover it. With inbox placement tests, this allows you to avoid that problem altogether and make sure that you consistently get results from cold email when you have this many placement tests that you can do per month. The one lesson I took away from this is cold email doesn't fail loudly. It fails very quietly. And if you use inbox placement tests, you can catch it before it happens, and it removes all the guesswork, showing you exactly what you need to have successful cold email campaigns. If you're serious about cold email, inbox placement tests are not optional anymore. And getting lifetime placement tests is one of the smartest deliverability decisions I have ever made. If you're running cold email campaigns right now, I would highly suggest checking this out. It's going to be the first link down in the description below. Go capitalize on that lifetime deal so that way you never have to worry about burning your domains and having to throw out your cold email system and start over. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.